Are you feeling overwhelmed by your debt? Searching for a reliable method to break free from the chains of financial burdens? Let's draw inspiration from Dave Ramsey's remarkable journey, from overcoming $3 million in debt to achieving monumental success. His story isn't just motivational, it's a blueprint for anyone ready to take control of their financial destiny. Dave Ramsey's $3 million debt was largely due to overleveraged real estate investments. In his 20s, Ramsey aggressively grew his property portfolio using high levels of short-term bank loans, assuming continued market growth. However, the 1980s brought a real estate downturn and stricter banking practices amid the savings and loan crisis. When a bank takeover led to his loans being called in unexpectedly, and with property values and rental incomes falling, Ramsey couldn't refinance or repay. Having personally guaranteed these loans, he faced the full brunt of the debt, culminating in personal bankruptcy. This experience profoundly shaped his future financial philosophies. People accumulate debt for a multitude of reasons, often with the optimistic intention of improving their current circumstances or investing in their future. However, they can find themselves in over their heads due to a combination of high aspirations and real-world challenges. Initially, debt might be taken on to bridge a gap between income and expenses, to afford education, to purchase a home, or to cover unexpected emergencies when savings are insufficient. Over time, the ease of accessing credit can lead to its normalization, and individuals may continue to borrow for non-essential expenditures, underestimating the cumulative impact of interest and fees. The situation can become untenable when there's a sudden shift in circumstances such as job loss, illness, or economic downturns, which can drastically reduce income and make debt repayment difficult, if not impossible. Additionally, a lack of financial literacy can lead to poor borrowing decisions, such as choosing high-interest loans or failing to read the fine print on repayment terms. Leveraging debt is a double-edged sword in the realm of finance. It can be a powerful tool for accelerating growth and achieving substantial results quickly when used judiciously. For instance, businesses often leverage debt to expand operations or invest in new projects that can generate returns exceeding the cost of borrowing. Similarly, individuals might leverage debt to invest in education, real estate, or to start a business with the expectation that these investments will pay off over time. However, the perils of overleveraging are manifold and can cascade through every aspect of one's life. Financially, overleveraging can lead to crippling debt repayments, which consume a disproportionate share of cash flow, leaving little room for other expenses or savings. This can be exacerbated by fluctuating interest rates, which can increase the cost of debt unexpectedly. As debts mount, the borrower's credit score may suffer, leading to higher borrowing costs and reduced access to future credit, creating a vicious cycle of financial strain. The strain of managing excessive debt often spills over into emotional and psychological distress. The constant pressure to meet debt obligations can lead to chronic stress, anxiety, and depression, which not only diminishes quality of life but can also have tangible health consequences, such as heart disease or mental health disorders. The personal and social ramifications are equally daunting. Relationships may be strained or fractured due to financial stress, and the social stigma associated with debt can lead to isolation and shame. Professionally, the need to service debt can force individuals into making career choices based solely on financial necessity rather than passion or professional growth, potentially stunting long-term career development and satisfaction. Legally, the consequences of overleveraging can be severe. Creditors may initiate legal proceedings to recover unpaid debts, leading to wage garnishment, liens on property, or even bankruptcy. Such legal actions are not only financially damaging, but can also tarnish one's reputation and lead to long-term consequences on future financial endeavors. In the case of bankruptcy, the impact is profound, affecting one's ability to borrow for years and casting a long shadow over financial independence. Socially, the effects of overleveraging can be just as significant, with individuals finding themselves excluded from financial opportunities that require good credit, such as renting a home or obtaining a loan. The educational aspirations of oneself or one's family can also be compromised, as funds and borrowing capacity become tied up in servicing existing debt rather than investing in future potential through education. Regardless of one's income level, from substantial salaries to modest earnings, the specter of debt can loom large, often a direct consequence of one's financial habits or appetite for risk. Dave Ramsey, a staunch advocate of minimal debt, succinctly puts it, "The greater your debt, the greater your risk." This principle holds true across various income brackets and is exemplified by the financial downfalls of celebrities who, despite their considerable wealth, have faced severe financial distress. Take Michael Jackson, for instance. Even with his legendary status and the immense success he enjoyed, Jackson's later years were marred by severe financial strain. His propensity for opulent spending and the mounting legal fees that accompanied numerous legal challenges ate significantly into his fortune. By the time of his untimely death in 2009, he was submerged in nearly $500 million of debt. Similarly, Nicolas Cage, a household name for his roles in numerous hit films, encountered grave financial woes. After accumulating substantial wealth, Cage's penchant for lavish spending on an array of extravagant and often eccentric items, including luxurious homes, expensive automobiles, and historical curiosities, led to a financial maelstrom. The economic fallout was severe, resulting in foreclosures and the necessity to liquidate assets to satisfy his creditors. These instances underscore a critical truth. Debt often stems from inadequate financial literacy, which can plunge even the wealthiest into dire financial straits. However, it's also crucial to acknowledge that debt can sometimes arise from factors beyond an individual's control, such as economic recessions, unexpected legal issues, or sudden changes in market conditions. These external pressures can exacerbate the challenges faced by those who have not cultivated a cushion against such shocks, further illustrating the precarious nature of debt and the importance of sound financial management. Let's dive into the strategy Dave Ramsey used to get out of his $3 million debt and now own, after 3 decades, a $700 million equity in real estate debt-free. Dave Ramsey's financial recovery was anchored in strict budgeting, a meticulous and disciplined approach to managing money. He adopted a zero-based budget where every dollar earned was assigned a specific purpose, leaving no room for frivolous spending. This method forced Ramsey to scrutinize every expense, ensuring that he lived within his means. Frugality became a way of life. He cut out luxuries, reduced discretionary spending, and focused on the essentials. By prioritizing his spending, he was able to allocate funds to debt repayment and savings, setting the foundation for his financial turnaround. This rigorous budgeting wasn't just a temporary fix, but a long-term financial philosophy that underpinned his journey to becoming debt-free and building wealth. The debt snowball method, pioneered by Dave Ramsey during his own journey out of debt, is a strategy that prioritizes paying off debts from the smallest balance to the largest, irrespective of the interest rates. This approach is designed to create psychological wins, as each small debt cleared provides a sense of accomplishment and momentum, much like a snowball rolling downhill gathers size and speed. Ramsey's method involves making minimum payments on all debts except for the smallest one, to which the debtor dedicates as much money as possible. Once the smallest debt is paid off, the funds that were used for that payment are then redirected to the next smallest debt, and so on, progressively creating a larger payment for each subsequent debt. This method not only helps to simplify the debt repayment process, but also helps to keep individuals motivated as they see their debts being eliminated one by one. To accelerate his journey out of debt and build wealth, Dave Ramsey didn't solely rely on cutting costs. He also proactively sought ways to increase his income. He poured his energy into establishing a financial counseling business, leveraging his personal experiences to advise others on managing debt and finances. His entrepreneurial spirit didn't stop there. He authored books that distilled his financial wisdom into practical advice, which broadened his reach and revenue. Additionally, Ramsey ventured into the media world with a radio show that not only became a platform for educating the public on personal finance, but also a significant source of income. These ventures were more than just jobs. They were streams of revenue that Ramsey channeled towards debt repayment and investments, fueling his financial comeback and enabling him to share his message of financial peace with a wider audience. Dave Ramsey's approach to financial stability includes a strong emphasis on the importance of an emergency fund. He advocates for setting aside a dedicated amount of savings specifically for unforeseen expenses, such as medical emergencies, urgent home repairs, or sudden job loss. This emergency fund acts as a financial buffer, absorbing the shock of life's unpredictabilities without the need to fall back on credit cards or loans. Ramsey's guideline starts with saving $1,000 and then expands to maintaining 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses once debt is cleared. This strategy is a cornerstone of his teachings, ensuring that individuals have a safety net in place, which not only provides peace of mind but also solidifies one's financial foundation, preventing a relapse into debt when faced with life's inevitable surprises. After liberating himself from the shackles of debt, Dave Ramsey approached investing with a conservative and calculated mindset. He focused on building wealth gradually through wise investments, particularly in real estate, which he could purchase outright with cash. This strategy was informed by his previous downfall that was precipitated by overleveraging in the same market. By paying in full at the time of purchase, Ramsey eliminated the risk associated with mortgage debt, such as foreclosure or underwater assets if the market declined. This cash-only investment approach not only minimized his financial risk, but also maximized his control over the investment, ensuring that he could weather economic downturns without the pressure of debt repayments. Ramsey's prudent investment philosophy is a key component of his broader financial advice, advocating for investments that one can afford without resorting to debt, thus fostering long-term financial security and wealth accumulation. Dave Ramsey's story serves as a powerful beacon of hope for those mired in debt. It's a testament to the fact that with the right strategy, unwavering discipline, and a commitment to change, anyone can turn their financial situation around. His principles, from the debt snowball method to living debt-free, offer practical steps that can guide you from the depths of debt to the heights of financial freedom. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn the notification bell to stay updated with our content. Have a wonderful time. I will see you in the next video.